Yo, what is good, boys? Welcome back to the Creed Talk. Today, we're going to be talking about Proverbs 4:24, and that says, "Put away from thee, O froward mouth, and perverse lips put far from thee." Right? This is talking about language, right? It's saying that we must keep these words, this foul language, far away from us, right? Far away from our mouths. And this is something that I struggled with for a very long time, and it's just having a foul mouth, bro. It's really as simple as that. And not being able to control what I say, bro. Like, I even got to the point where I was so used to it that I accidentally cussed in front of my parents, which are very, very against that, right? I've grown up in a Christian household, and they're very, very against that, and I've cussed in front of them multiple times. And that's when I just realized, like, bro, it's really getting to a point. And I started getting to a point last year where every single word in a sentence I would say, it would just be me cussing out, saying the craziest words essentially. And with that comes the willingness and the ability to curse people out, say mean things, all these different things. And when I began to focus on Christ, focus on God, focus on my relationship with Him, I slowly started to make it a goal to stop being so foul-mouthed, right? Stop having the froward mouth, as it says. And with that, and me stopping that completely at this point, yes, every now and then I accidentally do say something, but it's very rarely. Number one, I sound a lot more intelligent when I speak. I'm not saying the F-bomb 10 times in a sentence, right, for filler words. And it's now gotten to the point where, I don't cuss, and that leads me to really not even wanting to have aggression towards anyone, if that makes any sense, right? Because typically when you think of someone getting mad at someone, you're going to make fun of them, you're going to cuss them up like crazy, you're going to say this and you're going to say that, a bunch of stuff. I just realized over time when I stopped, reverting back to foul language 24/7, I started to be more, not happy, but more positive, and not wanting to show aggression towards anyone, not wanting to even show aggression and find aggression within myself towards anyone or myself sometimes. I kind of lost that sense of ability almost, and that's good, right? That's good, being able to let go of that anger and not really face it anymore for like just the stupidest things, bro. I would just cuss people out in video games all the time, bro. And I just don't feel like, I just really just don't feel like it anymore. There's no point in doing that, bro. Same with cussing. There's just no point in doing it. There's no point in just spreading negativity. So being able to control your words, right? Number one, it's going to control the way someone perceives you as, right? If that's their first impression, seeing you, have a foul mouth and not being able to control what you speak, right? Control what you say, they probably think that you're not probably able to control your life even, right? If you can't even control what you say, you probably can't even control your life, right? And your decisions. So it's just something to think about, guys. For a very long time, I was saying, and I did have a very strong relationship with God at the time. Towards the end of last year, the last, 6 months, last 4 or 6 months of last year, 2024. But I was still cussing like crazy, and it's just something over time. I was like, you know what? I'm talking about it on my stories. I'm talking about it on YouTube a little bit. Talking about God and my relationship with Him and how much He's changed my life in such a short period of, of time. I don't want to set an example of a true follower of Christ and be there on my videos and cussing like crazy and not being able to control what I say, right? Say that, drop the F-bomb in the same sentence as saying Jesus, it just doesn't make sense. So God talks about it in the Bible, and I started to just apply what He's told me, and slowly but steadily starting to improve my mood, improve my life, and just the way everything is just seeping my life from Christ, bro. Everything is just seeped into my life and improved my life genuinely. Just about one thing at a time, stopping one thing at a time, stopping one bad habit at a time. it can change your life, and it will change your life if you trust in the Lord. So appreciate y'all, boys. If y'all want to join in the Discord, it will be left down in the description. But other than that, I will see y'all boys tomorrow, and hopefully this week's going to be a crazy week. I'm planning on it. So appreciate y'all, boys, and I will see y'all tomorrow. Peace out.